Morning, everybody. So I'm not doing this live for two reasons. One is because I think I'm going to try to start uploading these to YouTube, and YouTube doesn't play that well with Facebook. And two is because I'm not able to really read a lot of your comments anyway as I'm driving, at least not being a safe driver. So the whole point of being live is to interact with your audience, and it's good to see the people watch and just draw people, I guess, around. But the whole point is to be able to convey a message and to connect. And I want going live to be something special, and I want it to be something where I'm constantly dropping out and whatnot, which has been a problem in the past. So anyway, allow me to digress. Here is what I wanted to talk about this morning. So I was out of town for a couple days. I went to go visit my daughters in Kansas. Caught up with some old friends and whatnot. But yes, I did read the Mueller Report. And I've also been online since then, so anybody who's curious as to what my take on it is, it's out there, for you to read, which kind of connects to my position today. It's out there for you to read, just like my feelings about it are out there for you to read. But the whole problem is, I don't believe that a good number of individuals are going to read it. I'm really concerned about the level of apathy and disinterest, in this country. That's, basically allowing these individuals to just slowly solidify their positions of power. And reinforce those same positions that they have illegitimately stolen. We're not dealing. I think the problem is a lot of the verbiage around what's transpired has been extremely light-handed. To say the least. And I understand, politics and how politicians have to work and try to find that, middle ground that's not going to piss off their constituents, and at the same time draw people into, their fold. But the problem is, we're not dealing in that reality anymore. We're not dealing with the luxury of time. We're not dealing with the luxury of being able to wait for people to come to their senses and whatnot. The alarms need to be sounded now. It doesn't need to be this, gentle nudging, wake up, wind chime, ringtone that you hear in the morning to get you out of bed. It needs to be fucking tornado siren, klaxon, shit, severe weather report. This is some major stuff, in my opinion. It's not even my opinion. This is some major stuff that's going on. We're talking about the foundations of democracy. All this stuff that we're supposed to be doing, this going to work, this, submitting to the authorities, this, paying taxes, all this stuff, this is all connected to what's going on at the highest echelons of our government. If we're supposed to be operating under the belief that we are all equal and fair and should be treated fairly under the law, this whole situation exemplifies that. Not only that, but beyond him just being a citizen, the office itself is it ceremonial? Is it or does it actually have teeth? And if it has teeth and we respect it, then we need to be thinking about the implications for the future in regard to what impeachment, or failure to impeachment, will have. Failure to impeachment. Let's just say we failed to impeach. And let's pretend that a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, another president comes along who's just like Trump, but worse in regard to how he skirts and flaunts the law. He has to cross all these boundaries that Trump has already violated in order for us to stop this from happening again. He's got to violate the law. He's got to be caught lying about campaign finance reform. He's got to violate the Emoluments Clause. He's got to basically submit to a foreign power. There's a bunch of stuff that he's going to have to do, or she, before we can even say we need to start talking about impeachment now. That's what we've done. That's what's happening right now as we speak. We are sitting here letting all of these roadblocks go up. And then there comes a whole nother thing too. Like how many crimes equal this crime? Okay, let's say, we find out a future president is responsible for the murder of, a mistress or whatever. Will he be able to say, well, back in 2016 through 2020, you let Donald Trump get away with this, and this. This all should equal up to, and include, the murder of my mistress. On top of that, too, you can even argue and say, these actions that Trump had caused the death of these, soldiers in Uzbekistan or whatever. And I only killed one mistress. So, what's the point? So we're creating this situation, this crisis of leadership in the future by ignoring it today, which is kind of what America does, is, but it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. On top of that, too, you're also assuming that there's going to be there's going to be a future election. I'm telling you, something is not right whenever you have the people who have committed these crimes. These people are unapologetic, adamant that what they did was right, that you're wrong for revealing what they did was wrong. Shout out to Reality Winner, still locked up. And also, you're dealing with individuals who haven't even begun to act like they're going to face any kind of consequences. None whatsoever. And I say this time and time again, that should give you extreme pause. That should cause you to feel an extreme amount of caution in regard to where this country is headed. Because if I knew that I could potentially face imprisonment for life, if I knew that the death penalty was on the table in regard to human rights abuses, I knew that we were talking about actual treason here, that I could be subject to charges of treason which could result in the death penalty as well, I wouldn't act like this, people. I wouldn't be acting like this. But they are, and they continue. And you want to chalk it up to human stupidity or ignorance or whatever, but no, they are not. They are not. This is is why I keep telling you that this ignorance is an act. Just like their religion, just like their patriotism, it's all an act. They don't believe any of it. It can all go out the window at any given time. That's one thing that the Mueller Report has revealed. That's one thing that's this entire process of crediting and discrediting the Mueller Report has revealed. It's all being laid bare. The empty faith, the empty patriotism, the empty acceptance, it's all being revealed. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? What do we do about it? We are insignificant in the grand scheme of things, right? I don't know. We still have numbers. We still have the ability to bring the machine to a halt, to throw our bodies on the gears and basically say, enough is enough. The time is coming. It's coming quickly, but you need to get your mind right in regard to how you're going to respond to it. So your sick days, you need to be analyzing those, saving those. You start having conversations with your supervisors, those that you feel might be empathetic about your position and your feelings. And you got to get ready, because eventually this is going to have to go beyond liking videos and retweeting posts and whispers around the coffee pot in the morning. It's going to require actual action, because fascism is brazen and bold in regard to how it operates. It's going to be loud. It's going to be ostentatious. It's going to try to dominate the space because it needs noise in order to survive. It can't survive off of substance. It needs noise. It needs volume. It asserts itself by presence. That's why Hitler employed Riefenstahl to make, the Nazi movement look bigger, make it look massive, make it look like, this is something that you can't fight, you can't challenge because it's so large. Don't question the ideology behind it. Don't question the death. Don't question the destruction. Just, get on board or get run over. It's a tank of size. No substance, all size. But just like a hot air balloon, you just got to find that one point that you can poke and the whole thing will deflate. But you got to be present to do the poking, and you got to be visible. So get ready to get visible. And this means that you're going to have to embrace your secrets, because they will be used against you. This enemy has access to a machine unlike any we have ever seen before in regard to identifying who you are, what you're into, what you like, who you're seeing, who you're not seeing, if you're cheating, if you're not cheating. All of that will be laid bare against any and everyone who rises against this machine. Mark my words. You're about to see information be used and weaponized. You think doxing is bad? This is some next level shit. So if you have any secrets, if you have anything that you have not come to terms with, you need to activate your circle. You need to talk to your friends, your family. Let them all know where you stand, what you believe, who you really are. Because anything you hide will be used against you. Love you all. Talk to you later.